Go.
Alright, so for our lab, we constructed a trebuchet, which is this, and we tested it. So it's a medieval siege weapon, so they used it to storm castles back in the day. And it works by converting potential energy to mechanical energy. So you have this heavy counterweight as a gravitational potential energy. You release it, pulls the lever, that goes up and sends the payload. Yeah. And then to get the distance it would go, we use this equation. So this is for a perfect trebuchet if it was totally efficient, which we learned ours was not at all from this. But the equation is 2 times the mass of the counterweight over the mass of the projectile times the height of the counterweight. Other factors that contributed to the distance it would go would be angle of release, length of the sling and pouch, and length of the swing arm. And we kept all those constant so that we could just focus on the masses.
So this is the trebuchet we built. It's 18 meters tall. Here's Mateo. Here's Nate, and here's Waldo. This is the trebuchet we made, and it's kind of blurry, I guess. But so here's the counterweight that we use, and so there's a runway here, and we have a sling right here, and there's a pouch. And when Mateo would release it, the counterweight would go down, the sling would fly forward, and it would open when the hook allowed the pouch to swing open. And did not support video. This is supposed to be a video.
I don't know. It certainly should support video. Is there audio too? QuickTime not available.
So, those were videos of a trebuchet launcher.
Can you act it out, maybe?
So, I go like that, and then turn the Mateo and go like that. Then he'd release the counterweight, and then it would fly. And then it would hit over here because our trebuchet wasn't very good at throwing stuff. So this was just to show that we had a lot of error, because if it was perfect, it would be on this distance, but it went these distances. This was graphs of our. We tried to do position versus time and do video analysis. But when we converted the videos from the Sony camera, it got really bad potato quality. So we couldn't do video analysis on that. And that's why we had to use these graphs. And these graphs are the graphs with the counterweight and the distance it went when we used this counterweight. So it would be, it was the 10-pound counterweight, we converted that to mass. And this would be the 15-pound, and this would be the 20. And that's how it is for we did an egg, a clementine, and then a baseball. And we made sure the masses were as close as possible, since we can't have the exact same object, obviously. And that's the baseball. And what we noticed was during our experiment was the closer the ratio of the mass of the counterweight mass to the projectile mass was to 100, it would go the farthest. So these are when the mass ratio was lower, it would go this far-ish. And when it was higher, it would go that far. So we saw this whole like parabolic ratio. And the results we had were, we had massive errors in our release angle, I guess, because our hook, we had to adjust it multiple times so it wouldn't allow the pouch to open sometimes. And the ratio is closer to 100 to 1 through the farther distances. And catapults are better because you can always make sure the release angle is going to be the same because it always stops at a particular angle. That's our...
Questions? Question in the back, sirs.
With the big trebuchet, if you like had a person being launched, the most effective way to get the person really far would be to have someone the same weight jump into the counterweight, right? Because the ratio would be the same.
So you would, the person would have to be enormously fat because they have to be 100 to 1 ratio.
Or you could have 100 people jump.
Oh, 100 to 1. So like 100 of the mass being thrown.
Yeah.
Oh.
He's in a 1-to-1.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. Okay. Thank you for bringing that up.
Yep. Are trebuchets inherently pouch-based, or can you make a trebuchet have a stop on it just like a catapult would? And then
I think that would limit some of its transfer of energy. So that's why they just let the pouch do its thing.
So in your research, all the trebuchets have pouches. I don't know anything about this.
That we saw.
Okay. Cool. All right. Thank you, guys.